2, 1.
Going live.
Going live.
You're live. Brock Lesnar! Sorry. Oh, sorry. I did that.
Cunt Lesnar. And that's all that's going to be said on that subject. Hello, everyone. Because this isn't about WWE tonight.
I know.
This isn't about that fucking company, despite all the fucking stuff behind me. That's besides the point. This is Double or Nothing weekend. This is the Double or Nothing preview show, and this is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show, or maybe it's 3 today. Who knows?
2.5.
I am the Athletic Geek. I am joined once again by Jedi Jason Kruger and special guest this week for Double or Nothing predictions, the Elite Era, Easy. If you've never seen this show before, he is being joined.
in Vegas, but I'm not.
Joining us. Hey, who got your ticket? Did you give away your ticket?
I did.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And SCU, we have that in the chat. I saw that, but today we would have talked a little bit about Money in the Bank, but fuck it.
No.
Fuck it. We're not going to talk about that. I will reiterate what I liked about Money in the Bank. The way they wrote the women's title situation was good. Seth and...
Hey, 1 second. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties? I saw that, but today we would have talked a little...
Something wrong with the audio there? Because I don't see any...
Technical... What's up with the audio?
I don't know.
You guys look
just
fine
tested
on
it.
my end.
Let's test it.
I just tested it on
Eric,
my phone.
Eric in chat, what's wrong with the audio? Can you hear us?
If you're having issues, maybe try rebooting real quick.
Yeah, refresh or something. The Seth and AJ was awesome. Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens was awesome.
Yeah.
So all that was awesome. So we'll give credit to the people that deserve the credit. But this isn't a WWE episode. This is an AEW episode.
Hey, dog.
AEW. This will determine whether or not I like this company or not. But if you've never seen the show before, this is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Jedi and I have been watching wrestling together for damn near 15 years. We love wrestling. We love sharing our love of professional wrestling with all of you guys out there. However, we're fans, just like all of you. We're not insiders. We avoid insider terms because we haven't earned the right to use those because we're not wrestlers. We're not insiders. At the end of the day, we are just two marks. Our opinions are just like any of yours.
Yeah.
But this is Double or Nothing prediction show. This is the beginning of hopefully a new era in wrestling. But
It's Christmas to me.
it's Christmas. We got some... What we got here?
You are wound up. You are making the mic go crazy.
I don't know who this Eli guy is. Fuck that shit. I don't know who that guy is. But all right, so let's address the elephant in the room first.
Who's an Eli?
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. Manning?
Eli Manning.
Manning?
This is wrestling. I don't know.
But anyway, so
I
Pac
don't care about
Oh.
Pac versus Hangman, as it was alluded to a little bit on Being the Elite, will not be happening at Double or Nothing. And then it's also been reported,
literally hung.
and it was also reported on the through a video log with Hangman that he got injured in the Make Good match they had in the UK. So Hangman might be injured, may not even be on the card, which is really disappointing. But so we'll just address those elephants in the room now. Really sucks that.
Never look back, never say die. Maybe he might be in the Battle Royale.
But it really sucks that Pac won't be in that because he was my choice for first champion because he kind of covers all the bases. One, he's talented. Two, the whole point of AEW is to be kind of worldly. All in AEW is a celebration of people who are world traveled independent wrestlers, and that's Pac. Number 3, he's not a member of the Elite, so you can't use that whole, oh look, they're just using this as a platform. And just number 4, he still has that recognition. He's and he's talented. So he was a good choice. But turns out he's just a douche. Or Dragon Gate's making him be a douche. One of the two.
I mean, he is a bastard. So.
No, if you're a child or if the things are going to get, kind of R-rated here. Pac right now, with what I've been led to believe, is a cunt. So some people, feel that Hulk Hogan was a cunt, and some people feel that Brock Lesnar is a cunt. Right now, if this is not part of the show, or if it was not being, put on by people higher off than Pac, Pac's being a bit of a cunt right now.
You gotta use a British term. He's a white guy.
Yes.
No, Brock's the cunt, or as I call him, the bitch. Pac.
But Brock's not a bitch. Let's just be honest here.
That's what I call him. I call him Bitch Lesnar.
I would not call that. No.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like to who exactly?
I don't think he's a bitch. He's more of a cunt.
It's his bitch.
This is the cunt episode. I hope people aren't offended by this word.
Isn't Brock Lesnar more the big dog? Really, if you think about it.
Dog.
When you really think about it.
We still got a lot of extra matches to get to. What we got here on chat, Jedi?
So Eric has a prediction. He says, "I predict this weekend will be great."
Yes, it will be great.
Also, yeah, we're adding to our list. So far, we got Austin Aries, Sasha, and now Pac on our bad list. On our what is your problem, man?
Sasha
list.
Leave Team Aquarius alone.
Money Lesnar.
Money
Eric
Lesnar.
Wade says, yes, Money Lesnar.
See, I would never.
He's making enough of it.
I would never use what we called Pac and Brock and Hogan. Well, actually, that's some other fellow YouTubers that use it on Hogan. I would never use that on a female. So, and I also don't think, as much as I kind of think she's a whiner, overrated, and maybe a cancer to the locker room, which is why AEW shouldn't hire her.
Different C word.
I will not say that about Sasha Banks.
Dang.
I'm right here, just so you know.
I know you're right there. That's why I'm saying it.
Trolling at 100.
Trolling and being serious.
Shall we discuss the match?
Let's go right to it, because we're a late start, so we gotta, much like, an actual wrestling pay-per-view, make cuts. Yeah. Notice I didn't say that other word this last time.
Nice.
We gotta make cuts to the show. Let's start with the pre-show.
Battle Royal, of course.
Battle Royal, the buy-in.
The buy-in pre-show, the 21-man Casino Battle Royale.
All right. Who has been announced so far, Jedi?
Well, before we get to that, let's also mention that the winner of this thing will be one of the number one contenders to the future AEW World Heavyweight Championship. So.
All I see is World Championship, but whatever.
Whatever, World Championship. Fair enough. I've consulted the wisdom of Wikipedia today. All right, so announced already. We have Sonny Kiss, Brandon Cutler, Ace Romero, Glacier, yes, Glacier, Brian Pillman Jr.,
Woo! Good guy, Brian Pillman Jr.
Sunny Days, MJF, Joey
I thought
Janela,
he was banned.
Dustin
He's
Thomas,
banned from StarCast.
Thomas, Billy Gunn, Jimmy Havoc, Michael
Nakazawa.
Jungle Boy,
Nakazawa.
Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Queen, Luchasaurus, and Sean Spears, formerly known as
That's my pick.
Ty Dillinger. And there are 4 spots that have yet to be announced.
Okay. I don't think Moxley's going to be in the Battle Royal.
No, of course not.
I don't think they're going to get... I'm going to get to that later. I am going to go... I'm torn between 2 names in this one. I'm torn between MJF and Joey Janela. And I think I'm going to go... I think I'm going to go Joey Janela, but I'll explain why a little later. We got some chat... Jedi, what we got going on in the chat? If you could put, or just put the phone on the other leg.
Yep, Ty Dillinger. He was laughing about Glacier.
Oh, Glacier.
Who is,
Hey, Glacier is awesome. Don't be knocking Glacier now.
hey, we can laugh.
I think I'm gonna go Joey Janela, and my reasoning will be made a little more clear later on. But I'm gonna go Joey Janela.
What about Elite Era? What do you say, sir?
I mean, I like that too. MJF and Joey Janela. I mean, it could be like interesting with especially MJF trying to prove to Cody, like I'm a great man for him, man. Like, but I don't know. This one is kind of hit and miss with me. I mean, none of us knew that Flip Gordon was going to freaking win the over the budget battle royale, but
I think we can safely assume that Flip will not be in this one.
Yeah.
But you never know.
As much as I'm going to hate myself for this, I'm unfortunately going to say MJF. Because Sean Spears would be a long shot.
Yes. And well, MJF salt of the earth right there, man. He is the sunshine. The only sunshine in the Battle Royal.
First I call him Chris Jericho Jr. because Jericho's scarves are a lot fancier than his.
True. Jedi! Who you got and why?
I think it's going to be one of the mystery people. Who will that mystery person be? Now that's the question.
Well, you can't just leave us...
No, I won't. I will throw out a name out there. It's not the most original, and it's not all that likely at this point, but I'm going to go with Mox. Maybe. John Moxley.
John Moxley.
Could very well.
Mox?
Might not be. Could be.
Stay tuned for a little bit later for
Okay.
what I think. It's kind of fan fiction in my head, but I could also see them pulling something like this. So
Okay.
more on that later.
I say if he's not in the Battle Royale, he's going to make a surprise appearance.
I don't think they'll give Moxley away on free TV. I think they're going to make you pay for that one. If that makes sense.
Understand. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But
Maybe, yeah.
now I will say, keep in mind for anybody who keeps up with the indie scene that I'm practically a filthy casual at this point. I haven't really been up on the indie scene since 2008, 2009. So,
you were there about
I mean,
10, 11. You were there too.
barely at that point.
Well,
I was married
hey,
at
I want to point out. You want to know what happened in 2009 that made you not keep up? Marriage. That's what fucking happened.
You're not wrong.
So kids, fellas, ladies, if you're watching this and you enjoy your wrestling, got the best advice for you. Don't get married.
Well, I married a gamer, so it still worked out.
Hey, I recently got a girlfriend, and she actually loves the WWE.
It's
But
taken
I'm
a long
getting
time
married
for
to
mine to
AEW.
appreciate it in small degrees, somewhat.
Side note, apropos of nothing, Kenny Omega wrestled at Jedi's bachelor party. But we can't keep going off on tangents. We got some stuff to cover.
I just wanted to clarify that I don't know who half these people are. The reason I got back into WWE is because it's like, wow.
All those guys are in the
Yeah,
WWE.
exactly. It's like Styles, Tyler Black, wow, all right. Actually, it was Kevin Owens that really shocked me. I was like, what?
And he's the champion?
Yeah.
I was just counting down the days we finally get AJ Styles in WWE. I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to go with the 6-man tag team match. SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sakai
SCU!
versus the Strong Hearts, Sema, T-Hawk, and Eli Lindemann.
L. Lindemann.
L. Lindemann, my bad. Hey, I got a new prescription.
This one, like, I'm torn between the two because on one hand,
Oh, we have another prediction for the Battle Royal. Shane McMahon.
no, 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 hell no! Shut your whore mouth, Eric. Go back to your whore home on Whore Island.
Eric says SCU now.
SCU.
I assume that's his prediction.
I'm going to predict SCU just because I feel like that's an act they want to really establish. But on the flip side of things, and not a Gordon side, but just the flip side of things, I feel like you don't want to you don't want to make the OWE people look bad because that's this foreign promotion that you're using to it's a partnership.
Right.
So I'm going SCU. I'm going SCU.
Hands at the end of the match.
Yeah, I'm going SCU just because they want this to be a strong act going forward.
That's fair.
But they really need to make the OWE guys look better,
Yeah.
especially when they get their TV. These guys need to be front and center.
Right.
I don't want to say front and center, but they need to be really featured
Three
as
guys were
front.
that's trying to promote Shanghai Uncensored.
Well, but to be fair though,
The
Shima.
latest BT CTE bit. That was hilarious.
Shima is awesome. You know, we talk about Dragon Gate. Shima was the ace of Dragon Gate for a long time, and he was very, very good. And a little bit later on, we'll be getting the dream match I've been wanting to see, which is Kenny versus Shima, but that's not happening Double or Nothing. What's next? I feel like we should skip it on there because that's the main event, I'm sure.
going to go with the Strong Hearts because, I mean, they have Keith Hawk on their team, and if you have a Street Fighter, I mean... Just being facetious.
We'll skip that to the women's match.
Britt Baker, or Dr. Britt Baker, as I hear she's known, versus Nyla Rose versus Kylie Ray.
Baby!
Yes, Britt Baker,
Is that not going to work?
Adam Cole's girlfriend. I'm gonna go with her in this one, just because I feel like she's gonna be the top woman on the roster. As much as it hurts me to pick against Kylie Ray, I'm gonna go Britt Baker. Also because she's established. She could be kind of the top woman. I feel at this time, and then you could build story with the other ones trying to get there. Catch up, Kylie, Nyla, etc.
Fair enough. I actually lean towards Kylie Ray just because I've heard her name more often.
Oh, she's wonderful. She's awesome. I bought her cookies in Independence Show. That's a true story. She liked them. She hugged me. She loved them.
The indie version of Bailey. I don't know, just in a way.
She is very much like Bailey, but she's a little bit more like awkward fangirl than Bailey. Like, if you could turn Bailey's awkwardness up to like an 11, we got some more.
He loves this show.
Love this show. We love having you.
I'm torn between either Nyla Rose or Britt Baker Bebe. So, one of those two. No.
Well, you gotta pick!
Kylie Ray as well, but I don't know much about Kylie Ray, so...
the one that I know the least amount about is Nyla Rose, honestly. That's one I've never seen wrestle. Everybody else I've followed. I've followed I've Nyla Rose will be.
I've heard of her before prior to the Double or Nothing press conference. Like her coming to AEW, I was like, holy shit, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, Nyla I'm just not picking just because of unfamiliarity. But easy, you gotta pick one. It's a prediction show. Do you want to be like Alundra Blaze and not pick something?
Nyla Rose.
No, okay.
There you go. Go right in the middle.
Go right there.
We all got one. All right, jumping down. Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers
for the AAA Tag Team Championships
of the world.
I'm going with Lucha Bros in this one.
I believe you.
I feel like they're gonna finally get the belts back in AAA and even the series at 1-1.
I believe you are correct.
And it would be a good way to show that the EVPs of the company are willing to play ball.
They could have that rematch at the Jacksonville show or All In too.
Yeah. But
not to mention, if they're going to lose to somebody, lose to the Lucha Brothers.
Yeah. and also, like I said, it will establish that the Young Bucks don't have a big head.
Right.
They're willing to play some ball.
Exactly.
And go from there.
Agreed. Hard to argue with that.
And had they actually been released, I would have loved the Revival to just interfere. Well, just like post-match assault. Like after the...
Right.
Wins, just they come out, everyone's like, what the shit.
We're going to have to wait a year for them to get released after they've been destroyed and humiliated weekly on television. Easy, what's your pick?
Lucha Bros.
Okay.
It's just
Lucha.
solid across the board.
Lucha.
Really?
No.
Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara?
Yes.
I apologize.
Yeah, it's got. I'm going with Sammy in this one. He's been featured on BT a lot. I feel like.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm watching Raptors and Bucks right now. They just did a promo for Double or Nothing. It's on the screen right now.
Cool.
That was so fucking awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad they're promoting. Well, I mean, it's on TNT probably, so there you go. Who have you got in this match? Who have you got and why?
I go Sammy.
Sammy. since they're featuring him on Being the Elite a lot, I feel like he's going to be a player a little bit more.
I'm going to defer to your judgment on this one.
Freaking out.
I am not familiar
Especially
with...
they use Jericho and Kenny as the faces for Double or Nothing. Yes. That's why Canadians rule the world.
No. Then why did Jericho move out of Canada? I remember, since you want to mention that, I remember Chris Jericho himself on Nitro saying one time they had Nitro in Canada, and he was talking about how he moved from Canada to the United States, and he felt bad. He said, like, he walked down the streets, of Toronto because, he wanted to experience it again. He said, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm glad I live in the States because Canada sucks! Chris Jericho's words, not mine.
Well,
started something with that lucha
yeah.
thing there.
Because I was a kid and I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling because it was too violent, I didn't know much about the Monday Night Wars.
Yes. Well, that happened. Yeah. I'll look it up and find it for you.
I knew Goldberg for the Monster Jam Monster Truck before I knew he was an actual guy.
Well, I'm going to quote your favorite wrestler and mine, Shawn Michaels. Everyone knows why the U.S. doesn't fall into the ocean. Because Canada sucks it!
Wait. I was going to say, it's been 20 years since we lost Owen Hart, so lay off the Hart jokes.
Oh, I didn't say anything about the Harts. I just said Canada. God bless Owen. He's my favorite Hart. See what's next here.
Eric says the kickoff show will probably have a good guy win.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that too.
Right, that makes sense.
What's the next one? Next match?
Six-woman tag match between people I've never heard of, sadly.
I think Aja Kong.
It's a 6-woman tag match. Aja Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura versus Hikaru Shida, Riho Abe, and Ryo Mizunami.
I'm going to go Aja Kong's team in this one.
That makes sense.
She's a legend. I could also see them eventually trying to maybe promote her versus Britt Baker, for the first AEW women's title, passing of the torch kind of thing, if you will.
Right.
So yeah.
Still waiting for the day Rosemary signs to AEW. She's my favorite indie woman wrestler.
Easy. Who you got in that one?
I imagine she'll show up sooner or later.
I'll go with your pick, because again, I have no idea who any of those women are, unfortunately.
Aja Kong's a Japanese legend. So.
Okay, I'll take her word for it.
Okay.
We got the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
Well, I think Jack Evans is overrated, but at least he's got a good attitude, unlike some people who do a lot of flips. Spray. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat there. But the Best Friends are kind of, again, I feel like they're going to get used a little bit more than Evans. So I could see them having.
Explain again how they're the arch rivals of the Young Bucks, or was that just a BTE story bit they were running with?
Kind of just a BTE story.
Okay.
Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor are big dicks in real life.
Rivals of the Young Bucks to go to AEW. It's I was literally thinking in my head, who the hell would it be that isn't signed with WWE already?
Yeah, I feel like
Best Friends. It's who?
I'm going Best Friends in this one. I feel like they're going to. Again, this is an act that's going to get used a little bit more frequently. I don't know how much Jack Evans and Elliot will be used. Down the line, so gonna go Best Friends. I know Best Friends is in this for the long haul.
Fair enough.
Right.
I'm actually going with Angelico and Evans.
Okay.
Just because they're going to be the fun, flippy people, and every now and again, you just got to let your fun, flippy people win.
Screw you, Eric Wade. You wrote Jericho to Canada. This is the worst town I've ever been in. Oh, please.
Ah!
I was almost going to make an SCU Canada joke right there.
Oh!
That's a good one.
Hey,
honestly, I would love
his hot take on the Best
seeing
Friends.
Jericho as a member of SCU. That'd be hilarious, or just an honorary member.
Yeah, and Eric, this could be the chance for them to be featured in a better role. Because they are better than that. Look at their.
Someone agrees with me.
Yeah. Look at what Chuck Taylor was able to do in Chikara, and look at what Barreto was able to do with Rocky Romero in New Japan, and you'll see that this could be a tag team you could build the tag division in AEW around. That tag team being the Best Friends. All right, next match.
Well, good news. We're to the main event.
No, we forgot one.
Oh, we forgot the... Good. I'm glad I skipped
Dustin.
that till now then. All right, so now we got the grudge match. Cody versus Dustin Rhodes.
I want to say that I want to say this for the record before we get into predictions. Cody has the ability, much like his father, to take a match that maybe you could go like, oh, it's only going to be in the ring a 2-star match. Oh, it'd be 3 at best. They don't work right. Cody doesn't, but he has the ability with his words and with the story he is able to tell to make that this is the match that I am the most interested in on the entire match card, just because of the interviews that Dustin and Cody have done. Cody Rhodes had a match that I remembered more than a Kenny Omega match coming out of All In, than a Young Bucks match, than a Kota Ibushi match walking out of All In, because of just how well he is able to tell a story, convey a story, bring real emotions out of people, much like his dad. Dusty was great. Don't get me wrong, Dusty's a legend. He was one of the all-time greats. But in the ring, he was not Flair, he wasn't Steamboat, he wasn't Blanchard, he wasn't, Magnum.
He knows that.
But he made you feel, and that's what Cody and Dustin are doing, which is why I am the most pumped, excited, hyped for this match. If you have not watched the Road to Double or Nothing with the Dustin interview and the Cody interview, you need to watch that before Saturday. Easy, you need to watch it. Everybody watching this, watch that shit. It'll give you goosebumps. It's awesome. That being said, I'm going Dustin.
Ooh.
I'm going Dustin in the first one. This is going to be a narrative that's going to last for a minute. And Dustin's going to take... Big Brother is going to take the first one.
Interesting.
I'm just right now getting flashbacks to like Cody and the All In. Like that was just the...
Yeah,
just match of the
you
night.
can have you can have your Meltzers and talking about how there was more athleticism in the 6-man main event. Oh, Kenny was the best bout because he always is. The match that made me cry was Cody's match. The match that gave me chills was Cody's match. The goosebumps where you could obviously see they were on my arm, that came in Cody's match. And that's not taking anything away from the 6-man tag match. Not taking anything away from the women's match. Not taking anything away from Kenny Omega's match on that card. It's just the way they could tell the story in Cody's match. The atmosphere, the big fight feel, and that is what Cody is doing with this match. Yes, in the ring, maybe not going to be the match of the night, but story-wise... Thus far, it's the one with the biggest big fight feel.
Eric Wade endorses you're talking about the interviews.
I don't know who this Eli is
well,
that you keep talking about. I don't know who that guy
Eric
is.
says his older brother...
Kayfabe, motherfucker!
Wait, when was the last time Cody and Dustin actually fought each other?
I don't know. I don't think they ever really did.
They had one match apparently in WWE, and it was nothing to write home about.
I know they had a
Stardust
match. Like,
Goldust.
they've had matches together, but I don't know if they've actually fought each other.
Apparently one time they did, but it was very forgettable, so everybody's excited.
Okay, so
But anyway,
Who have y'all got? Who have y'all got and why?
Man, I almost can't argue. I almost feel like Dustin needs to win that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dustin.
Right now. I don't know. I'll say a double count out.
Boo! Boo!
Pains me to say this, Cody.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
I'm gonna say Cody.
I mean, out of the two, Cody is
Go with
less
Cody.
affiliated with WWE than Dustin is, so I can kind of see it from that aspect where you don't want the. But anyway, yeah, I'll stick with Dustin with you on that one. All right, now here's another really ooh. So singles match, probably the main event. Winner faces Casino Battle Royale winner for the future AEW World Championship match. It is Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. 1-on-1.
This one, I'm of two minds about this one because on one hand, Kenny Omega, while to the mainstream audience is still kind of like this best kept secret that like, who's this guy I've been hearing about?
Right.
So on one hand, you want to make him look like he's worth the hype. So you don't want to let a quote unquote WWE guy beat him.
I mean,
That being said, Kenny did win the first one. So
different company though.
Yeah, different company.
It's tough, isn't it?
This one's tough.
Especially if you think about the ramifications of the future AEW World
They said Kenny won the first one, right?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
He won in the Tokyo Dome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the question becomes, do they
Yeah,
want
might be
Jericho on the
Jericho.
marquee to potentially be their first champion, whoever he's facing, or do they want Kenny to
I
be the
think
potential?
I'm gonna go with Jericho. I'm gonna go with Jericho just because I feel like they'll want to even the odds, but I also think that no matter who wins at the end of this, I feel like this, if they're gonna bring Moxley in, he will do it. They will do it here. At the very end is kind of the holy shit, there he is. And I feel like the first big storyline is, Moxley's going to come in and be all like, why are you getting a shot? Like, why is this Battle Royal winner getting a shot? This is just like what you claim to be against. This is just like what I walked away from. So that'll kind of maybe set up something that when they get their TV show, maybe, you could have like my prediction, Janela and Moxley kind of wrestle, and then you can maybe have like MJF and Kenny, and maybe Jericho and like, Sammy Guevara, and kind of maybe have a mini tournament based off of this, along with Moxley's debut.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, we already heard it here first from Eric Wade.
Yeah, we do.
Marty will win the Battle Royale. As much as I.
Marty will not be there. He's in Japan for Best of the Super Juniors right now.
Yep.
He's in Japan for Best of Super.
Marty will sadly not be there. As much as I would love to see Marty.
Doesn't he still have contractual?
Yeah, he's still under contract with Ring of Honor. Same thing with Flip, unless something happened at the 11th hour. But Marty's in New Japan right now for the Best Super Juniors tournament.
I got one bold hearded here. What if after Lucha Brothers Young Bucks match, we get the GOD invading and just beating the crap out of the Bucks?
I would like to see that, but that would mean that New Japan would have had to come around on working with AEW, and according to rumor and innuendo, New Japan told AEW to fuck off. They didn't want anything to do with them, so.
I hear they're about this close to telling Ring of Honor that after that last show.
Yeah.
So.
We can only hope.
They still could have had a one-night greatness with AEW invading Supercard. Rather than
No, Bully Ray would rather us two fucking never once's fucking invade Supercard instead. Because he's still stuck in the fucking late 90s thinking that he's fucking Paul E.
I mean,
Fuck that company.
Eric Wade makes a point. He says, we did say the same thing about Jericho at All In, and then ta-da!
But literally, I'm watching the Best of the Super Juniors right now, and it's on a tight schedule.
I know.
Like, it would be one thing if it's like Jericho, like, tweeting, I'm in here with my band. The man is literally in a tournament with New Japan right now. I'm watching it.
I tell you what, I'll have my phone with me.
If I'm not
If he
mistaken, I think
pops-
Jericho
If Scroll pops
Still had
up, I will
contact with
turn it
WWE
on and
at the
record
time.
his reaction.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Because he'll have like fucking a teleportation power or some shit. Or he'll be burning a bridge at New Japan. One of the two. But I'm going to go Jericho.
Either way, it would be great to get your reaction.
I'm going to go Jericho in this one. I want it to happen. I'm just saying, like, the man is in Best of Super Juniors.
Right. I'm actually going to go with what Eric said and go with Kenny Omega on this one. I'm going to see him take a chance on this and see what happens. Really hinges on who wins that Battle Royal, I think. But.
Well, my whole thing, the reason I'm picking Jericho is because I think eventually they're gonna use the fact that the Legend won to integrate Moxley, maybe even integrate some younger talents. Be like, why does he just get a shot? You know what I mean?
Right.
And that could be what they base their first few weeks of TV around, come the fall.
Fair enough. I'm interested to see how they're going to pull all this off. Oh, go ahead.
Easy, it's your turn.
Who's winning?
I said Jericho. That's going to be my pick. 1-2J.
Go Jericho. Oh, you have two Jerichos to one Kenny. Yeah. I also feel like if Jericho wins, it's a rock and a hard place because you don't want to give off the impression that the WWE guy is better than Kenny Omega, but also this would make shit 1-1, and it would be able to sell like the rubber match down the line.
It kind of works. Like, yeah, the rubber match. Like, Kenny's won once, and Jericho can win this one, and they can have like absolute final showdown.
If it wasn't for the fact that new eyeballs are going to be on this, with going, huh? Well, that Kenny Omega must not be all that good. He just lost to a 50-year-old guy who's in WWE. All WWE guys just need to go to AEW because they're going to beat all their pussy asses because they must not be that good. Because that's the mind of a casual fan at times.
If Kenny wasn't that good...
We live in the Midwest, if anybody feels like we're being offensive.
Yeah. I'm not saying, like, people with half a brain, no. I'm just saying this is the way people that don't look at wrestling the way we are think. Ray, SCU! We picked them.
SCU.
We're talking about AEW this week.
Mm-hmm. All AEW, except for a few minor rants on fuck Ring of Honor and fuck Cut Lesnar.
Ray said Jericho is in his prime. Thank you very much.
I don't know. That's the thing is, like... I don't know if Jericho doesn't have a prime. Like, I think he's like prime lasts forever at this rate. But not everybody, thinks like that. But yeah, I think that's that's the whole card.
That's the card. 9 matches.
All right. You're going Moxley. Do you think Moxley will show up elsewhere easy on the card?
Elsewhere on the card, no. Jericho and Omega, yes. That's where he'll make an invasion.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I encourage everybody, if you're not going, please buy this pay-per-view. It's a little pricey, but buy it. Buy this pay-per-view. See if you like it. You may if you buy it and you say like, hey, it wasn't for me. At least you gave it a shot, and you're not just being like these fucking douchebags that just like want to just be WWE little fangirls and fanboys.
That's
and
like
just
when I
shit
told
on for no reason.
my wife, I was like,
having high optimism like at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
When I ran it by my wife, I was like, you okay with me spending money on this? She's like, well, is it important? I was like, well, if this succeeds, there's an actual alternative to WWE. And she's like, that sounds worth it.
Yeah.
For support,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I will say this, even if Double or Nothing may not have been your most favorite pay-per-view, let's be honest, it's going to be a hell of a lot better than Super Showdown.
Yeah, probably without a doubt.
Yeah. I'm not even watching Super Showdown.
I mean, in other news, water is wet, but yes.
99 cents I've ever spent.
Oh, man.
Oh, shut up about that. You say you've never seen the Monday Night Wars. For 99 cents, you can go watch the Monday Night Wars. I hated Money in the Bank too, but let's be real here.
I have the Monday Night Wars on DVD, actually.
That don't count. You get to actually watch the fucking Wars. You get to watch the Raw from that Monday and the Nitro from that Monday. I'm don't like WWE as a company, but it's still some of the best $10 I ever spend a month just because of NXT and the old content. Let's speak in reality here.
I just rather watch the pay-per-views except the Saudi shows.
Yeah, you know what? Now that's your loss on
Me
NXT.
and quite a few other people.
That's your loss on NXT.
Well, that's fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
And takeovers.
No.
Well, takeovers I would.
Takeovers. But that's pretty much it for us this week.
On NXT News, Tyler Breeze came back and he's going to challenge the Velveteen Dream. I'm loving it.
That's going to be awesome. Easy.
We'll address that when we get closer to that takeover.
Yes, we will. Easy. Social media?
My social media, you can find me on The Elite Era on Twitter. I do Monday Night Elite on Twitter Live, but I'm thinking about moving it to YouTube soon. It's still in the process and effort, but follow me on Twitter. Hit me up. I'm very friendly because that's what all Canadians are.
That's bullshit, but that's besides the point. Not saying you're not friendly. I'm saying all Canadians being friendly. That's the biggest lie in the history of the world.
And that's why all Canada geese attack you fuckers.
That's why we hunt Canadian
that's where all
geese.
our anger is.
That's why goose hunting's big in our area. Jedi has no social media because he's got a wife and kids. And
Hockey is the most violent sport I've ever seen.
hockey is the most boring sport I've seen.
Violent.
And our local team is getting ready to play for the cup, and that still doesn't get me excited about hockey. You can follow me on Twitter at athletic_geek89. You can follow me on Instagram at athleticgeek89. Go like my Facebook page at facebook.com/athleticgeek89. If you enjoyed this video and like to see others like it, please like, share, and subscribe. I got content not just from the world of pro wrestling, from the world of gaming, comic books, and all things geek culture. But for Easy the Elite Era and Jedi Jason Kruger, I am the Athletic Geek. We are just 1, 2, 3 marks this time, and we're out. Have a good one.